and then you can fact check those who interview you or fact check the fact checkers. That is the new media now. The legacy media is gradually losing the trust of the populace. In the coming days, I'm going to be talking about things that are factual, things that are provable, or things that are fact checkable, if I have to use the word like that. Hello, this is Daniel Boala, and I welcome you to my podcast, For the Record. In these days of misinformation, disinformation, and shades of opinion on a wide range of issues, it is always nice for you to have your own story for the record. Now, I'm saying that because I recently had a journey to the Western world where I went to engage the Western media on the disinformation that spread against the government of Nigeria. What I found was what informed the decision for this podcast, that if we had not traveled to the West to give our own story, there is no way we would have been able to push our narrative our own way. Because you see, the legacy media is gradually losing the trust of the populace. That's why you find even in America, legacy TV are no longer as reliant as podcasters and podcast programs. There is a report recently that says that podcast programs have more viewership than that of the legacy media, because the legacy media can be used to screw things up. They can be used to shape a narrative to suit or fit a certain agenda. But in terms of the podcast, there is no limitation as to how people express themselves, and they say things that are organic and the things that the masses want to hear because it affects their day-to-day life. Now, what I find, whether you are in law, whether you are in politics, in whatever area of life that you're involved in, it is always important that you have your own point of view that stands for the record. And so, in the coming days, I'm going to be talking about things that are factual, things that are provable, or things that are fact checkable, if I have to use the word like that. Also, because I'm a public speaker and also a politician and a commentator in television, I have found so many times when I would have appeared in programs, we finish, I go home, and then the anchors will have to analyze what I said after I had left, and the whole narrative is changed against what I said. I found out at other times also where a certain narrative will be driven against you, but because you don't work or you don't control the mainstream media, agenda is pushed without you knowing and without you having the right to defend yourself. The good thing about podcasts is that it helps you to be able to stand and talk about the things you believe in, and then you can fact check those who interview you or fact check the fact checkers. That is the new media now, fact checking the fact checkers. Everybody is open to information. Superior argument wins, but there is no agenda that can be set against you that will prevail over you if you have your own record and your own perspective for the record. So I welcome you to this. And in the coming days, I will roll out the things that I will have to be involved and engage in. And if I have to bring a guest for us to talk for the record, you will get to know. But for now, I just want to, by way of introduction, appreciate you for tuning to this. I will give you in my next episode, I'll give you all of the details on how you can connect with us, all of our handles, the social media, the YouTube, everything, and how you can see and watch and be a part of what we're doing. So thank you for paying your attention to For the Records podcast. I'm Daniel Boala. So have a goodbye.